This NotebookLM trick is insane. Most people are using NotebookLM completely wrong. They upload a PDF, they ask a basic question, they get a basic answer, and then they think that's it. They're barely scratching the surface. Because Google just dropped an update that turns NotebookLM from a simple note app into a full AI expert system, and almost nobody is talking about it. Stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up in the next few minutes. What's up, everyone? I'm Julian, and I help people learn and use AI tools the right way. No fluff, no hype, just things that actually work. And today, we're talking about NotebookLM, specifically a trick that completely changes how you use it. If you've been sleeping on this tool, you're about to wake up. So here's the deal. Google expanded the chat customization limit in NotebookLM from 500 characters to 10,000 characters. That sounds boring. Character limits, who cares, right? But hear me out. 500 characters is basically 2 sentences. You could say, act like a teacher, and that was it. Pretty useless. Now, with 10,000 characters, you can build a complete expert system. Define exactly how the AI should think, how it should talk, what format to use, what rules to follow, what to focus on, what to ignore, everything. And here's why this matters. NotebookLM is different from ChatGPT. When you upload documents, it only uses those documents to answer your questions. It doesn't make stuff up. Every answer links back to your actual sources. You can click and verify. Now, combine that grounded accuracy with 10,000 characters of custom instructions, and you have something powerful. Let me show you how to set this up. Go to notebooklm.google.com. It's free, no credit card. Start a new notebook and upload your documents, PDFs, Google Docs, YouTube links, web pages, plain text, up to 50 sources on the free plan, 300 on plus. Each source can be up to 500,000 words. Here's the important part. Upload your documents first, then click the gear icon in the chat. You'll see a customization field. Most people write something generic like be helpful. That's a waste. You want to build a complete persona. Let me give you 3 examples that Google themselves shared. First, the product manager persona. You instruct NotebookLM to act as a lead product manager, scan for actionable insights, ignore fluff. Structure every response as a decision memo with user evidence, feasibility checks, and blind spots. Flag contradictions between sources. Now, instead of getting a basic summary, you get a structured analysis that shows exactly what users need, what's realistic to build, and what's missing. Second, the middle school teacher persona. Explain everything at a simple level, use everyday analogies, break concepts into 3 easy steps, end every explanation with a quiz question. Now, take a complex research paper, ask it a question, and get a clear explanation anyone can understand. Perfect for learning new topics or explaining complicated ideas to others. Third, the scientific researcher persona. Analyze papers with academic rigor, focus on methodology, identify strengths and weaknesses, flag missing data, provide proper citations for every claim. You're getting deep analysis grounded in your actual sources. See the difference? The old 500 character limit gave you a suggestion. The new 10,000 character limit gives you a complete persona with style, structure, and rules. That's the trick. Now, the persona feature is just the beginning. The other features are just as powerful, and this is where it gets really interesting. When I first started using NotebookLM, I was overwhelmed. So many features, and I didn't know which ones actually mattered. That's when I found this community called AI Profit Boardroom, with over 2,000 members all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. It taught me which workflows save time versus which ones waste it. The community shares real use cases and practical implementations. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Okay, let me walk you through the features you need to know about. Audio overviews. This is the feature that made NotebookLM famous. Upload your sources, and it creates a podcast style conversation about your content. 2 AI hosts discuss your material with analogies and clear explanations. You can customize the tone, length, and focus. Want it to only cover chapter 4? Done. Want a debate format instead of a deep dive? Done. You can download the audio to listen offline. And now there's a join button that lets you interrupt the hosts in real time. Ask for clarification, ask them to go deeper. It turns a passive podcast into an active study session. Video overviews. NotebookLM creates narrated video slideshows from your sources. It builds the slides, writes the narration, and generates visuals using Google's Nano Banana image model. Works in over 80 languages. Download as MP4. Go from a stack of documents to a finished video presentation without touching an editing tool. Google also just added prompt-based slide revisions. Open any slide, tell it what to change, and regenerate the deck. You can export as PPTX files to edit in PowerPoint or Google Slides. Mind maps. When your research gets complex, these help you visualize how ideas connect. Main themes branch into subtopics. You spot gaps in your thinking. Complex projects suddenly feel manageable. Reports. NotebookLM generates structured reports from your sources, typically 2,000 to 3,000 words, great as reference documents, learning materials, or starting points for your own writing. Flashcards and quizzes built right into the studio panel. One click and you get study materials with citations and answer keys. Fast way to test what you've actually absorbed. Data tables. This one dropped recently. Ask NotebookLM to scan your documents and pull specific information into a structured table. Export directly to Google Sheets. Imagine uploading 20 research papers and getting a comparison table of key findings in seconds. Deep research. This is a big one. Previously, NotebookLM only worked with sources you uploaded. Now it can actively search the web for you. Give it a topic, it creates a research plan, scans sources across the internet, and compiles a structured report with citations you can verify. Choose fast mode for quick overviews or deep mode for thorough investigation. Everything saves inside your notebook as a new source so you can query it later, just like your uploaded documents. This alone can replace hours of manual research every week. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. You can stack these features together, run deep research on a topic, let it build a report, then create an audio overview from that report. Now you've gone from zero knowledge to a full podcast style breakdown without writing a single word. Or run deep research, pull the key data into a data table, export to Google Sheets, and you've got a structured data set ready to work with. The combinations are where the real power is. And as of January 2026, you can connect your notebooks directly to Google Gemini, be in a regular Gemini chat, and ask it to answer based on a specific notebook. You're building a personal knowledge base that Google's most powerful AI can tap into. The latest update from February 2026 brought Gemini 3.1 Pro to NotebookLM. Better reasoning, better analysis, smarter responses. They also enabled the full 1 million token context window, increased conversation memory by 6 times, and saw a 50% improvement in response quality with large document collections. So here's a practical workflow to tie this all together. Create a notebook, upload your sources, set up a custom persona in the 10,000 character field, be specific about the role, tone, format, and rules, start chatting and get grounded answers with citations, then use the studio tools, audio overviews for your commute, mind maps for connections, reports for your team, data tables into sheets for analysis. That's the full system, and the core features are completely free. Now, look, that was a lot, but that's exactly why I use this tool every day. It handles the heavy lifting so I can focus on thinking and making decisions. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences, what's working, what's not, which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip, no hype, just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and 100 plus AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 46,000 members who are crushing it with AI. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.